Hello and howdy. This is Sheila and welcome back to the Painted Pig Studio. I realize that I'm not doing a good job of putting out videos regularly. That is the same time every week, but it was unavoidable. I had some oral surgery last Thursday, and you may tell in my voice it still kind of sounds a little funny, but I think I'm good enough to go and do a quick video for you. And as promised, this is brought to you by Jessica Rapp 2 Silver Oranges. And I'll go ahead and tell you her dimensions. And she started out with an 8.5 by 7 sheet of paper. Now this is her measurements, and I'll show you in a minute how you can do it different sizes. But for now, this is how she did it. And then she turned it long ways, if you will, or vertically. And this is where you decide, do you want it to open on the left or right? So I just went ahead and I think I did one to the right, but most of them I just normally did to the right. What did I say? I did one to the left, and okay. So you score it 1 inch and try to stay in the track. Score it 1 inch on the side that you want it to open. Then you turn it landscape and you score it at 1/2 inch. Well, 1/2 inch in, which would be 8. And then you score it at 1/2 again, which would be 7.5. And then, of course, 1/2 again, which would be 7. Now, if you're good, you can go ahead and go over on this side and score it 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5. Or you could start with this and you could flip it over, whichever you're more comfortable with. Okay, and so this is what you have. You have your score lines to the right and left when you're holding it landscape. And you will have your 1/2 inch score lines. And your inch score line will either be at the top or bottom, considering which way you're going to want to use it. To come in this way or to come in this way. And I didn't even say what this is. This is the Gusseted pocket. The vertical Gusseted pocket. And again, that is Jessica Rapp 2 Silver Oranges. Okay, so once you have it to this point, then you're going to fold in your 1 inch. Well, you're going to do your folding, let's say. And I'm going to move this for the moment. Okay, so fold and burnish, and let's see, there's your 1/2, and then fold it back towards you for the middle 1/2, and then back the other way. And it's okay if it's a little different. It's not going to matter. Like mine is a wee bit different. Okay, and same on the other side. Down and back towards you, and then back towards the center. And there we have it. So this is what you've got. You've got your little accordion pleats on the side. You've got your 1-inch fold wherever it be that you want it. And I forgot to do one more fold, which is the center fold, but that's going to be, we're fine with where we are right now. Okay. So now I'm going to do the center fold, and I think I can do this by hand. I can't really see up there, but I'm hoping I'm pretty close. Here we go. Let's do it this way. Okay. Now, the easier thing would have been to gone ahead and scored this at the time, and I wasn't thinking. Okay, so once you have it like this, then and this, by the way, tells you the width of your pocket. And this is where it becomes adjustable. And I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so next, you go ahead and fold your 1-inch down. Okay, and glue it. Now you may have to put some marks. Actually, don't do that yet. Okay, here is where you cut. So you cut out this little, try to cut on the inside of your score lines. That way you're going to allow for the fold to take place. And if you're like me, you may have to use a pen or pencil and mark it so you can see it. It's hard for me to see. Okay. There. And there. Alright. So this is your 1-inch fold down. Right there. And I didn't get that very straight. Let me straighten that up just a bit. Looks like I went inside the fold line and outside the fold line. Okay. So that's where that's going to fold. Now, as you can see, this is where we are. So then we cut out on the other side. We cut out. So all we have left are the gussets for the inside, and they will be glued like that. So let's go ahead and glue this one. We have our 1-inch glued down. Okay. And then we're going to glue our gussets. And remember to go ahead and fold them down and glue them on the outside or inside, depending on where you're looking. As so, like so. There you go. So, then we're going to fold the other flap in and get lots of glue on your fingers. Now, give that a bit of a burnish and trim up anything that didn't go as planned. Okay. Now, there we have that. Now, I guess I should have done my notch first, especially since I used the little scoreboard to do it with. But, that's right, I moved my stuff. Okay, let's do an oval. Let's use the 1.5 oval punch. I believe EK Success. Or punch, no, it's punch bunch is what it says. EK Success, though, does very good punches. Very similar to this. So if I can get the Big Mama in there. Okay. And I marked on mine about where I like it. So that's a plenty of a notch. Let's go ahead and do some inking. And I'm using Faded Jeans. It happens to be Distress Oxide, but any kind of, if you want to use or not ink, do not ink at all if you prefer. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm not going to stitch this, but if you do like to stitch, I'll tell you how you can do it. You can stitch while it's still open like this. You can come in with your sewing machine and stitch and stitch and stitch, so that when it's closed it will look like as though it's stitched around the front. So that's one way to do it if you like stitching. Okay, so I've got a little glassine bag, and I'm going to use my Barely Arts, I think, and see if I can glue that on without puckering it. Okay. As so. And I'm going to glue this part down because I don't want it wagging in the wind. Okay, come on, Barely Arts. Not the strongest grip in the world, I tell you. But got it done. So I'm going to put it a little over to the left. And then to the bag, I'm going to glue just a little scrap of paper. Now I've got to decide whether I want it to be longer than my bag as I had it, or do I want to cut that bit off. And I've got this little plant that I was going to put on there. And I think I will just tear that. Alright. Oh, I just continue with the Barely Arts since it's open and flowing. Yeah, you could use your glue stick here if you wanted to, depending on the weight of the paper. If it was a heavier paper, I would go ahead and use art glitter or Barely Arts, some sort of glue is such as that. And if it was copyweight, I would use the glue stick if I was so inclined. But Barely Arts worked fine for this lightweight paper. Okay, now we're going to see if we can get the front separated from the back. These are hard to do. So I might have to pause you. Jeez. supposedly if you work it with your nail like that, it'll come loose easier. Let's just see. Finally. Finally. This happened to me. Okay. Now I'm going to straddle it kind of between the glassine bag and the scrap there. Okay, and what else were you going to do, Sheila? I planned on sitting it right there on that. I know that's not lavender, but I'm not going to be picky. And it's not on sticker. It's on regular paper. So stick it down right there. I think that looks nice. Don't know what we'll put in there yet. Probably just some journaling paper. Don't know. And of course we've got this nice pocket. As a matter of fact, you know, I like the idea of having these at the back of the signatures. So that may be what I do. I could have probably turned it this way. With this, it depends on whether your paper is directional or not. That is somewhat directional. So we're going to leave that one. And now, this one is a page from, I got one of those, and I showed you, got one of those smaller Edith Holden books from Amazon. And this is a page from that book, and it is about 7 1/4 by 5 1/2, so somewhere there about. And guess what? You just have to determine how wide, how wide you want your pocket. Okay? So that's not going to be quite an inch, but it doesn't matter as long as you can fold it over to give that some strength where you're going to be everything's going to go in and out. So there you go. And then you would just do your 1/2 inches on either side, just like you did before. And then cut out this corner and this corner. And you have your pocket ready. Your gusseted pocket ready to glue down. Before I glue it together, I'm going to glue the fold over. And use a little bit of a smaller punch. And punch a small notch right there. It's ready to go. It's ready to ink or no. It's ready to stitch or no. And for this, I think I will go ahead and do some vintage photo. Just because the pages themselves are so nice and aged as it is. And it's not that this is that old. I don't think this edition is all that old. It's just that the paper just mellowed nicely. It looks tea-dyed to me. Okay, and this one, I think we'll need it. Okay. So let's go ahead and glue this now. I need my mat. Correct, isn't it? Yes. Just got to get it folded in there. All right. So you can see I was off a little bit on that gusset, but and I should have seen it actually before I folded. I should have looked at it better before I folded it in, but it's okay. It's okay. Just learn from my mistakes and check it before you glue it. All right, so that's pretty, I think. Now, what was I going to do with that one? I don't think I have any. Oh, here it is. I was about to tell you a lie. Let's see. I was thinking that I would do something like that, and this is not the butterfly that I had. Oh, there he is. Just something simple like that. Just a little ink, not much. Whew. I say not much. It's a new applicator, and I must have a nice amount of ink at the ink pad. I'm just barely putting some on this just to darken it up a little bit, so it will show. And I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac for that. Yes, indeed I am. Spread that out just a bit. Okay. And that's a plenty, girl. And this is a real stamp. It was given to me by my friend Margaret from her grandmother's or her mother's stash. She had both. So it's probably a wartime because it says pray for peace. It's a 1-cent stamp. And I just wanted to use it here. That looked good. Okay, and for our label, this is, I believe it's a Tim Holtz Snippets, but I'm honestly not real sure. And then I know this is a Tim Holtz butterfly. And I think I'm just going to put it right there. stay on there. Uh-oh, he went crooked. Well, you know, I kind of like him crooked. Let me go ahead and use some of this, see if it'll stick better. It's not wanting to. Might have thinned out my Fabri-Tac a little too much there. But the art glitter glue is going to hold it. Okay. Now, that one, I do know how I can fix it. We'll just put some lace on it. Some of this really pretty lace. I got a lisp. Okay, that's... Am I okay with that? No, I think it... Let's see. Yeah, let's use that piece. And it's gonna be... I think that'll be alright. I think so. Alright, hopefully this will hold. It's coming out nicely, I can tell you that. Okay, now stick down. Uh-oh, doesn't want to stick. Got it too thin. I got it slightly too thin. It won't take it long to thicken back up, I can tell you that. That works. Works for me. So I'm going to set that aside and close up the glue. Now, one more, and this is one more thing I've got to do to the butterfly. I was going to put a wee bit of bling on him. Okay, I think I'm going to... I want to use that, but I'm thinking it's just not working. So, let's see if this will. And this is a stamp. One of those. Okay. Alright, let's put the stamp right there first. Put the lace down here. I think. That's a lot of glue. Alright, I think the girls will go there. Ooh, tum-tum. Now, where do we want the butterfly? Yep. Okay. And girls, you're next. And I don't think I'm going to ink them. I don't really... know if the white's gonna show much, but we'll go ahead. I did ink them a little bit anyway, what I could. Alright, let's see if I can hold them. Get this ink on there. Ink. Shh, listen to me. I'm going to use ink to stick them down. No. Okay, over just a little bit, girls. Okay. How about that? By the way, I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday. My sister gave me a gift card for my birthday, which was a little bit ago. And I found these Tim Holtz Peoples for $2.47, something like that. And snapped it right up. Found some Prima flowers for $1 and some odd. So, I was happy. Let's see if we can, wonder if I can put some of this under her feetsies. I won't get them under hers. So there we go. What do you think? I believe I'm good with it. I believe. Okay, so here's what we have. And remember, it doesn't have to be 7 by 8.5 as long as you've got you can judge what your width this way, and just leave enough excess to fold over for whichever side you want to be up, the thicker side. And then the scoring is the same, half inch on each of the long sides. Is that right? When you've got it landscaped, it's going to be right and left sides, half inch. And so you've got your middle fold, and just as much excess past that as you prefer, but enough to fold over. And then you can determine what size you want. It's the same method, same process for each one. So I hope that made sense. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will try to link Jessica's video below, because hers were really cute. She did, oh my goodness, 19 at once, something like that. And she separated into the right and left piles. So she had a pile this way and a pile that way. And I believe she was working on 19 journals, which is ridiculous. Something I will never do. I'm going to try 3, but not 19. So next time we're going to do some hidden journaling spots using tags. And this will be brought to you by, or inspired by, a couple of different people. And I've really seen different versions lately, quite a few. But Shell, the Rambling Crafter, was the first one that I saw do a couple of these. So, and I think Ava at Bohemian Crafters might have done one, and Crafty Gooz, Gooz. I think there's something that she inspired coming up. So I hope you'll join me next time for that video, and that you enjoyed what you saw here. And if so, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and share if you have friends that like this kind of thing. And we will see you next time. So take care, stay well, and hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.